Extra Cluse wants to know, when did you both know you were going to be boys for life?
Aw. You.
When he fucking shouted at Bobby Lee on the phone. When he cussed out Bobby Lee and crashed out on the phone because I tried to fuck his wife. I thought, wow, that guy's ride or die.
I think you start off most relationships with sort of a sharing of values and laughter.
Gay.
Well, I know.
No, first of all, I ran into Bryan. You just not. You know how when you're into the same shit like right away.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like, oh, that's a cool dude. You don't expect anything to happen to it.
You're just hanging. But I think
Bryan's like when you have a common interest in life, in the worldview.
What happens is you start to realize you see somebody and you go, oh, you know what's actually important versus what's not. Like we'd be in a situation where we'd see.
The real answer is this. Brendan came along in Bryan Callen's life when he was lost, aimless, and had no direction. It was also an opportune time to start a podcast, because podcasting wasn't as big back then. They start a podcast together, and the reality of it is they are better together than they are separate. They work way better, especially in the beginning. They worked amazingly well. They bounced off each other. They had a great chemistry. Brendan kind of, looked at Bryan as like an older brother, like a mentor, father figure type of thing, and Bryan was eager and open to give this new young buck loads of information and kind of guide him through his journey in the industry. Along the way, their careers blossomed, things got become amazing. They started making a ton of money together, especially Bryan. He probably wasn't making that much money back in the day before Fighting the Kid came around. His acting career was a little bit up and down all over the place, struggling for relevancy, and through the pure success of that podcast and their association with Rogan is what allowed Bryan's acting career to be revived again, before he got cancelled, of course. So I'm sure along the way they also kind of developed a bond, friendship-wise, but it probably came because there was a benefit in them being friends, and they saw like their lives changed the moment they each came into each other's lives. That's actually the real answer, but who knows?
We'd be with people, and maybe they look like they're winning at life, right? And then all of a sudden I'll look at him and go, hey,
yo, Wagwan Uche.
And he'll go, I'll literally go like this. I go, so let me ask you. And he goes, they're not good people. How about that? I go, I fucking knew it. And what happens is when you do that, you're sharing values. You're going, they stand for something that we actually don't believe in. Because there's something mean about it. There's something cruel about it. The one thing that you can say.
Aren't there like a tin of nicotine pouches all over the fucking studio? Maybe keep an eye on that little cute doggy, man. It's gonna, look at a little cute doggy. He's sniffing at something. There's probably a ton of nicotine pouches everywhere. Maybe be careful, innit, and put those nicotine pouches away.
About him and I think me is that I think that we're softies. Like, if I see somebody who's mean,
what? Bryan, come on, brother. Bryan, come on. You're best friends with Brendan and you're calling him a softie. He's one of the biggest bullies out there, bro. Like, come on, bro. Softie. That's why you have to walk around eggshells with him. You can't say certain things or he'll fucking snap and go fucking crazy and may actually snap your neck off. Like you threatened fucking with, what's his name? Nate Diaz. Softie. Okay.
See somebody who's very selfish and self-involved, it rubs me. It's something about it.
That's not why we're friends, Bryan. You made this boring. It's really, you like, right when we met, you made me laugh hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Then we started hanging out, and then
okay, pause, bro. Right when we met, you fucked me hard as fuck. Okay.
It was like, man, we should get together and talk. We had some really good conversations, like over dinner, over coffee. Then it's like, then we should do a podcast. And then over time, it's just boys.
Yeah, you're
That's
boys,
how it
but
goes.
also then you go through shit together, and then you stick by each other. It's like Chin. That same way. He's a ride or die motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly, Micah Mills. Exactly. Didn't you just get done apologizing bullying, Bryan? Exactly.
Fucker. Chin is a ride or die dude. So,
but we didn't go through anything till 10 years after
sure, but
knowing
I'm
each other.
saying that you still go through stuff, and you're like, all right, well, here we are. Good time, bad time.
Yeah.
And I think the first time we had sex was probably a year ago.
No, me and Bryan hit off right away when he was a cuck. And he was like, I'm just going to sit in the corner. I went, I like you, man.
Oh, is that what
You're a grateful human being.
Okay.
Yeah.
And not where
share.
you paintbrush my face?
Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, paintbrush.
This should be like a very like sincere, moment where they're able to kind of like talk glowingly about each other. But they're at that stage of their relationship and their working relationship where it's just like going through the motions. Even this question, which is a real easy layup for them to like talk glowingly about each other and heap praise on each other and remind the audience of the power of friendship, the utility or the benefit of brotherhood, loyalty, They still find a way to make it boring. They still find a way to make it uninspiring, unmotivating, not funny, and just a bit of just drab. Like, come on, especially after the Bobby Lee shit. That kind of put you in a bad mood. At least kind of like, make yourselves look good and kind of wax lyrical about each other. But no, just all this stuff. Like weird, like sexual innuendo jokes. Like, just be a bit sincere, be serious, and just, make some jokes. Compliment your friend really well. It's not that hard. Big up Asad Aziz.
He's a soft bully. Baba is one of those bullies that got molested at home, so they bully others to compensate, but Baba never got diddled. He's just retarded. IDK where I was going with this.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly, yeah. He does act like that. That's the thing. He does act like that. He acts like somebody who grew up in a rough household and he had like a lot of like trouble, he had a lot of trouble kind of like, mingling and making friends and shit. But he didn't, right? He's always been big, so probably no one bullied him. He's always had a brother, so that also limits the time to get bullied. And he played sports, so that also increases the time that you get popular and don't get bullied. So he's probably had a soft, easy ride from elementary school to high school, college, whatever. It's been nice and easy, but he still ended up like this. That's the interesting thing, isn't it? I think the reason why he ended up like this, by the way, I think it's probably the pissed off. The inability to make it in NFL. That's my like kind of like far away take. The reason why he ended up a bit of a cunt is the fact that he didn't make it in the NFL, because I think his entire hopes and dreams, his entire personality was wrapped around football, and it didn't work out. But then all his friends like Kloppenstein, whatever that guy is name, and some other people, they all made it and became successful, probably driving fancy cars, going on holidays and living in McMansions. And he always felt like he deserved that and he would have that too, and he didn't get that. And that's what probably made it embittered and what turned him into a bit of a cunt. Which is why when he got famous with podcasting and shit, he just acted like, yeah, I should have this. I should always be this guy, He had that kind of ego. I think him not making it in football really fucked him. So whoever that coach was at Colorado, who didn't fucking, I don't know, whoever that person was at the Giants, who didn't sign Brendan on professionally, you're the reason why we have this person now. That coach is the one. We should go back in time and what would you call it? Tell that coach to just give Brendan a couple games in the league or something, innit? He might have not ended up like this.
Yeah, so that's it. But and if you guys are wondering how we have sex, obviously he's a giant raft on his tummy, and I'm going to town because I'm a natural top and I'm older. What?
Friend, you just keep hanging out, and then you start a show. Now we're basically married. It's like,
now we're married.
Now we're moving to Texas.
Yeah, it's crazy.